I booked this high ticket info product business 107 calls in just 3 months by posting organic, simple YouTube videos like you see right here. And we added them $115,000 in just 115 days. So yes, $1,000 per day by posting these simple videos. And mind you, this was all done on a channel with less than 3,000 subscribers, and the channel was not even monetized. We were basically bringing people through a funnel to sell a high ticket service. And in this video, I'm gonna be breaking down the entire funnel with the exact videos that you should be posting to convert and how you can actually turn your content into cash without tons of views or tons of subscribers. And I've done this for tons of other channels, adding them over 6 figures using simple YouTube videos. And I'm not here to BS around. I'm just gonna be breaking down the entire process so you can copy it. What we did is we brought people by posting simple organic YouTube videos, having this link in the top of the description, having them fill out a call application, and then obviously, if they qualify, they go to a call with a closer. And this is how we went on to add $115,000 in 115 days. The first thing I'm going to be covering is the avatar positioning and ideation. How do you actually make content that is going to go directly in front of who you want to sell to so you can turn your content into cash? As you can see here, we're not getting crazy views. Even some of our videos have less than 1,000 views, but our views are consistent and we're attracting the ideal customer profile that we actually want to sell our high ticket service to. But on the other side of the spectrum, we do have videos that can go ahead and actually get tons of views, like 7.5K views here, 4K views here, 3.4 here on our first video. And these might be considered low amounts compared to entertainment YouTube channels, but considering we're attracting a specific customer that we want to sell to, having thousands of people watch our content is a great thing. And that's how we went on to actually book 107 calls in just 3 months. And it first comes down to identifying who is your actual ICP. And this can be done using the avatar workshop method. You want to discover who is the avatar that you're actually attracting. So you can look into the demographics of your ICP, but that's not the main thing I like to look at. I like to look at the psychographics. If you don't know, demographics is like age, sex, location, gender, things of that nature where you want to figure out who you're targeting. But on the psychographic side, you're going to be looking at basically pains, desires, fears, and motivators. And discovering this is actually how we actually go ahead and reverse engineer video ideas, because we're just going to use psychology to be able to see, okay, what is our audience struggling with, or what do they desire to have, and how can we reverse engineer these insights into actual video ideas, because that's what's going to get people to actually buy your product. So for example, with this video you see right here, this agency blueprint scaled me to 197K a month. In the title and the thumbnail, we're portraying the old way of running an agency, only getting $3,275 per month, compared to the new way where they're getting $197,000 per month. And this appeals to the desire of our audience because they're used to getting these low agency clients, but they want to reach for further. Or even in our first video we ever produced, we kind of did the same thing. You can see the before and after. If you're running a normal agency, you're getting 1 to 3K per month per client, compared to if you're running the growth partner model, which is what their high ticket product is selling, you're getting 5 to 10K per month per client. And then we're appealing to the pains and the desires in this thumbnail, in this title, and in this video. And then the second thing you're looking to do is how are you going to actually position this content against all your competitors to be able to create a blue ocean niche where you're standing out from everyone else, because you essentially want to be making content that everybody wants but that nobody is actually making in your niche. So what I highly recommend for this section is finding 5 to 10 competitors that you can look at and tap into their insights as far as titles, thumbnails, their most popular videos, and their lowest viewed videos. And then on top of that, I'm going to cover what will actually determine if you stand out or not. Because a lot of people will just go on these channels and they'll try to copy the most popular videos and recreate them, but that's not exactly how you get views. Like, it may work, but you're not standing out by doing that, and people may have already seen your competitor's video. So what you want to do is actually go ahead and watch the content and then see where is the content gap that you can fill in your market. I like to look at, okay, what is this channel doing good that I can replicate in my content, but what are they doing bad that I have a competitive edge in that I can push in my videos, in my titles, in my thumbnails, etc., etc. And you want to be able to come up with a unique angle or something that you can present, your content with that makes you stand out from everyone else out there, because that's how you're going to be able to get people to rock with your personal brand. I think the biggest takeaway that you get from this, whatever your competitive edge is in the market, and tapping into that hugely, because I think single-handedly that will make your personal brand stand out. For example, with this client, the angle or edge that we're really pushing is that the growth partner model is significantly better than the typical agency model. And we're finding ways to really hit those pains and desires when we're creating our content. And then in order for us to actually position ourselves in this market, we're making our content in a much more sophisticated way. If you look at the way we speak in our videos, the terms we use, the titles, thumbnails, video editing, we are coming from an angle of, okay, the agency is kind of like a beginner thing. If you want to build a real sustainable long-term business, become a growth partner model. And then we're going ahead and actually showing them live examples of what is a growth partner model. How do you do it? How are they doing it with their clients? What is their story? And all these things that we're tapping into. And I am going to have further explanation on, okay, what videos do you actually create that are going to go ahead and convert? Or what does the actual funnel of content look like? What should you be doing in your actual videos when it comes to scripting? How do you make your titles? How do you make your thumbnails? I'm going to be covering all that stuff in this video, but this is just the beginning. And then if you're looking for additional ideas on top of reverse engineering the ICP right here, what you can do is I'll just write ideas. If you want to get additional ideas here, I'll put this for number 3. You can look at, first of all, sales call objections. So if you're getting any sales objections, how can you reverse engineer those into ideas? You can look at misconceptions in your niche. You can even look at FAQs, frequently asked questions, and see how you can reverse engineer those into ideas. So using everything here, you should be able to find hella ideas, and you can even use ChatGPT to generate more ideas if you feed it the right information. Go and look at your competitors, see how you can position yourself and tap into your competitive edge, because that's going to bleed through your content so you can stand out from everyone else out there. And then if you need additional ideas, look at sales objections, look at misconceptions, and look at frequently asked questions that you're getting. Part 2 is scripting. So after you have all your ideas, how do you actually script out these videos to make them perform? I'm not going to make this segment extremely long because I have other videos covering it, but let's touch on it quickly. So first, with educational content, you want to leave the viewer with a transformation. After they watch your video, they're going to leave with a skill or knowledge they didn't have before. And script writing can be very time consuming, so I'm going to give you a breakdown for how you can do your hooks and then how you should, maneuver through the body of your video as well. I'm also going to break down call to actions and then your, outro. So we know we have to give the viewer transformation that they didn't have before, but now when it comes to the hook, I like to use the proof, plan, promise framework, the triple P framework. So with the proof, you're just simply confirming your click on the video. So confirm your click, I'll just put CC, and then give proof that you actually are who you say you are so people can believe you. So this can be flexing numbers, revenue, proof of signing clients, etc., whatever relates to your situation. Then you're going to set out the plan for the video. So what are they going to get? What are they going to get watching your video? And typically, I do this by saying, in this video, I'm going to be breaking down blank, blank, blank. And you're just basically setting a future plan for the video. What is the transformation? What is the value that your viewer is going to get watching it? And then last is promise. At the end of each video or every video you create, you need to have a sense of stakes and why should this person even actually watch this entire video? What are they going to miss out on, or what are they going to gain if they watch to the end? This can just be hitting once again at the pains and desires. You could say, for example, this video is a must implement if you want to lap your competitors in 2025, or whatever the case may be. You can, once again, you can target the desires, you can target the pains, but just give a way of stakes and giving a reasoning of why they should actually watch your video. There in the body, you're basically going to be setting up each topic, then you're going to be bringing tension, and then you're going to have resolution. So the STR framework. The setup, you're just going to basically introduce what you're talking about, but you're not going to give away the value that you want the viewer to get from this entry. You're just going to introduce it. And with this setup, you can also side quest your viewer. I like to side quest viewers into, you can leverage statistics, you can leverage a story, you can leverage an example. You basically want to talk about the topic that you're going to be breaking down, but not giving away the actual value. You're just giving context. With attention, you're basically giving the reason of okay, why should this person actually listen to what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So why listen? So with this, I just simply like to hit on the pains that my ideal customer profile has. And I like to target, be okay, if you're tired of dealing with low paying clients that nag you, this is why you need to be implementing what I'm about to tell you next. And then boom, off of that pain, you can go into a story. This is a past experience. I know I was once in your shoes, and the past experience I had was dealing with a client. But after implementing the growth partner model, we went on to sign this client for $10,000 per month, and we're able to deliver with him blank, blank, blank. So I like to tie deeply into pains, and then I also like to, you can, side quest stats, story, and examples can also be leveraged in the tension. It doesn't only have to be in the setup. And then obviously the resolution is simply just giving the value. What is the value that they came for? What is the piece of advice, the tip, whatever the case may be? Give it away and just give the value, showcase what you're actually talking about. It's also good, I would say, in this section to visualize it if possible, because that way they can actually see what you're talking about rather than just hearing you talk. So with your CTAs, you want to do this in a way where it feels subtle and you're able to just simply just get what you're saying without it feeling like a hard pitch. And you basically just want to tie it back to already what you're talking about. So I like to tie it back to whatever I'm talking about at the current moment. And typically it's best to CTA in your second point or topic of the video, because you don't want to be giving an axe when you haven't, given the audience what they came for. You want to give before you receive, right? So make sure you're not giving the CTA too early. Make sure it ties into what you're talking about. It's very subtle and kind of nonchalant in a sense. And now we're going to talk about the outro. So with the outro, I like to do two things. One, you can CTA again, but essentially what you want to do is drive your viewer to another video of yours. So you essentially want to say something that, links the current video that you're making to potentially lead up to this next video that you want to make. From there, you want to, secondly, widen the curiosity. Okay, let's say one thing I like to do is, okay, this video is only one piece of the puzzle. But if you want to book more sales calls, I just made a video breaking down the top 5 blank, blank, blank. So widen curiosity is something I like to do. You want to promise a specific transformation. So give them a promise on a transformation that they're going to receive by watching this next video, which once again is going to make them want to click. And then last but not least, I like to pitch the offer so you can do another CTA. This can come last or it can become first. It really depends on how you want to do it. And now we come into number 3, which is packaging and framing. As you can see here, both these videos are things we produce for the channel, but I actually couldn't talk about this information, but now I actually have permission to. You can see everything has plus arrow, plus arrow, plus arrow. And that's because we understand how to actually not only package the title and thumbnails of our videos, but how to frame it against all these competitors out there to make sure it's different and it's something that is sophisticated enough that our ideal customer profile actually wants to click on. And it's simple. If I look at the channel right now, the main thing that I'm doing with the title and the thumbnail is down to the thumbnail being the thing that actually gets the attention. And then with my title, this is going to be what actually gets you the click. When I am packaging title and thumbnail, with the thumbnail, what I'm looking to do here is show off the desired outcome of whoever I'm trying to sell to. So if you look at majority of the thumbnails on the channel, you're going to see revenue in there. We're using a UI of Stripe, PayPal, or some type of revenue graph. We have money or we have a percentage increase. And these, once again, if you look at any of the thumbnails on here, it most likely has that, because once again, that is appealing to the desired outcome of our ideal customer. And then with the title, in order to get that click, what I like to do is tap into curiosity. So when I am going to package these titles and thumbnails for the client, I'm looking, okay, I just made this thumbnail. It shows the desired outcome. What title would actually make me click this video? So that's how I like to think about the psychology behind it. And then if we look at the concept of actually framing is just giving the idea that we have a sense of direction. We've done in plenty of different ways. This is where it comes back to tying into what your competitors are doing and seeing how you can stand out. But I like to, when I frame videos, I like to look at, of course, competitors, see what they're doing. So when I produce our video, it looks way different than theirs. So it's something that's actually clickable. On top of that, I like to look at sophistication. As time goes on, the market will become more sophisticated, and you want to see how can I make my thumbnails not look like everyone else's out there, but also how can I appeal to the audience that I'm trying to sell to. For example, if I look at this video right here, it says $10,000 per month with one client. You can see Jordan has a laptop in front of him, and just small things like that will psychologically have the audience be like, okay, I work on my laptop, I want to make a certain amount of money with the clients. It puts the viewers in, basically the viewers feel like they're in your shoes when they're looking at the thumbnail and title, and that's what I like to do with sophistication right there. Next, we're talking about video production. A lot of people think they need over edited videos, or all these fancy effects to be able to convey to who they want to speak to, but that's not true. I've worked with people like FaZe Rug, Brawadis, and NRG Esports when I was a freelance editor. We now produce videos for people like Sebastian Georgiou, Jacob Levinrad, Auto DS, FaZe Rug, Men's Teaching Fashion. So I've worked with tons of big creators. I'm going to break down my biggest insights when it comes down to video production, when it comes down to filming, all that type of stuff. It's not going to be the longest section, but I'm going to try to give as much value as possible. So I will say, first things first, the main thing that should be important is filming. And I say this because you can't fix a bad recorded video with editing. And what comes under this filming section for me, first of all, is your on-camera presence. When you're on camera, you want to be someone that, people actually want to listen to and watch. Because if you're boring, people are going to click off. And that brings me into my second topic, which is having energy. You want to make sure you are energetic, not in a cringe way, but in a way that people, once again, want to listen to you. And you can do this by using hand gestures, hand movements, all that type of stuff, because that helps keep people engaged to what you're actually doing when you're filming your content. Make sure when you're speaking, you are able to change your tone, your pitch, all this type of stuff. You want it to be engaging and you want to be emphasizing certain words. When it comes down to editing, I can run you through a quick checklist of what you should focus on. So first thing first, majority of your efforts, if you are editing your content, should go towards the hook and making sure those first 30 seconds are like actually insane and appeal to who you want to sell to. This does not mean over editing, and I'll touch on this too. You can have clean but simple edits that actually portray what your ICP cares about. And at the end of the day, it all comes down to your ideal customer profile and portraying to them. So when it comes to music choices and all that type of stuff, be sure that you're showing what needs to be shown. And specific for educational content, I would definitely say show over tell. If you can be able to, visualize your results, visualize graphs, all these type of stuff, and the information that you're saying or giving proof, B-roll proof of what you're actually talking about is real, that benefits you a lot. Recommend song changes every 1 to 2 minutes. This helps keep the viewer engaged. From there, you can also integrate sound design, which is something that is super huge and once again keeps the audience engaged. On top of this, having things like zooms definitely helps, but just don't over spam it. Keep in mind who you're trying to target with your content. And last but not least, is creating your own branding for your editing. So if you have a specific font, use it, your company, or a specific color, tie that into what you're doing, because once again, it helps you stand out. Now we're going to be talking about the funnel of content. What does it take to actually, crush it on YouTube and actually convert these people into buyers? After working with this client, I did a diagnosis breaking down the best type of content that you need to be posting in order to turn your content into cash. But I also want to touch on what you should do after you post your YouTube video. So when it comes down to the funnel, it's simple as top of funnel videos, middle of funnel videos, and I'm going to break each of these down, and then you have bottom of funnel videos. Top of funnel videos are able to basically bring in a broader audience. For example, if I come up here and look at these personal channel videos we did for our client, majorities are top of funnel content. How to uneff your routine to make your first 100K. Do this to become a top 1% earner in 2024. From broke to making $400,000 per month. So these are top of funnel video examples. Typically, middle of funnel videos are just how to or explainer type content, that's helping whatever your ICP is to do. And then last but not least, we have bottom of funnel videos. This could be a free course. This could be a case study. This could be just any long, niche deep insight video. I'll just say NDI. So example of a top of funnel video on this channel is I wish I knew this before becoming a millionaire. An example for a middle of funnel video could be how to get ahead of 99% of SMAs and agencies. And then a bottom of funnel video could be 25-minute YouTube VSL type thing where we did how to make $197,000 with 11 agency clients. So that's just a quick breakdown, and we're posting all types of different formats of content. With an education business channel, you want to be posting mainly middle of funnel and bottom of funnel content though. But keep that top of funnel there, probably 25% of your stuff to have people coming into your funnel. So the main thing that you want to be doing is you want to use this top of funnel content to grow your channel. You want to use the middle of funnel content to nurture the people that are coming in. And then you want to use the bottom of funnel content to convert those people. The types of content that actually convert the most is 1, redirecting people to a main YouTube channel VSL. For this client, we did not produce their YouTube VSL, but it is essentially a video how we went from 0 to 197K per month. And they're actually running ads on this video, so it has a tons of views as well. But I recommend making a YouTube VSL, and I can show you one that we have made. A good YouTube VSL format is the free course, which we did here for Secure Tyson, Beginner's Guide to Sports Betting in 2024. It has 88K views in 5 months. And this is a video that is going to go on and has closed thousands of dollars in sales. Second is you have client and case study interviews. A ton of our cash came from these type of videos. Even though they're simple to make, they printed for us. If you look at videos like this one right here, 22-year-old reveals secrets to closing $500,000 deal. Or we have this video right here, how Ace went from working a 9-to-5 job to closing an $85,000 deal as a growth partner. Those videos print, and we have a format that works extremely well on them. Last but not least, which still converts heavy, is how-to/niche specific content, which once again, this mainly hits the middle funnel stuff. And once again, I already showed you guys examples of those. If you like what you just saw on the screen, the entire process that we use to scale this client to 115K to 115 days, and you want us to handle the entire process for you, click the first link down below to book a call. Other than that, let me know if you have any questions. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.